Hey guys, welcome to a video here on Banter Builds, comparing my two Makita track saws together. They're both battery powered, awesome little tools, one being 40 volt and one being the old 36 volt, or dual 18 volt version. They have made alterations instantly with the compact nature of the tool. They've now cut the motor back in line, alongside the battery actually, in line with the base. So that means it doesn't stick as far out beyond the track when you're doing cuts in tight areas and so on. Looking at the old saw, you've got about 60 or so millimeters of battery and motor sticking beyond the side. So that's quite a big difference. Both saws cut from -1 degrees right through to 48 degrees. And they have they're the same system on the front and back to adjust that, alongside the same depth adjustment, which I'll show you once we come up close. One thing I do really like about the 40 volt is they put the light indicator on the front of the battery, which works really well for the saw. It means there's no light indicator on the tool, as it isn't needed. And yeah, some things that I can tell you before we come in close is total weight with a battery, 4 amp battery on the 40 volt is 4.895 kilograms versus 5.162 kilograms. So we've got about 267 grams difference, this winning as the lighter tool. So that's really cool. They have now made this IP56 waterproof / dustproof, which is awesome for just durability and using it outdoors on building sites where you don't always have covers and whatnot, even though you'd ideally look after it and stay out of the rain. Sometimes you just can't, so that's really cool to see. They've now added a new technology for auto stop, which helps with kickback recoil. So if the timber or the plywood we're cutting, just say, jams the blade, it doesn't smash back and run either across the track that we're cutting on or towards yourself, which can happen on the older models. So that's an awesome piece of technology they've thrown in there. I know that Festool has done that on their new one as well, and it's cool to see. Both tools have a Bluetooth chip on the side of the motor, and that is to connect to a wireless, a cordless vacuum. I'm yet to try that. I don't have a Bluetooth vacuum yet. If you think they're worth it, let me know in the comments. Maybe that's another thing I should look into in the future. But yeah, we've got a dust extraction on both. They've actually changed how they operate. The 40 volt one can spin into 4 positions, up, down, both sides, and the 36 volt just rotates freely. So I'll show you in a second why that's an awesome upgrade that they've done. Anyway, I'll bring you in close now and show you what I think. So there they are side by side, and you can see it's a lot more compact, the 40 volt on my right there, alongside the 30 volt. Same, very similar looking as far as height and length, it's just the width. So another thing I forgot to mention before was the decibels. This read at 90 decibels versus 98, so that's coming in slightly quieter on the new saw, which is awesome. So it's just a little bit less harmful to the ears. I'm just going to bring it up close here and show you guys the adjustments. So on the Makita, both saws, there's this sliding clip which you can set the depth to, and it has all the millimeters there, so you can set it nice and easy, alongside the angle adjustment at the front, which you also have to loosen at the back. Cool thing with the Makita saws, we have a clip on the side there which latches out into the track. So the Festool corded one and the old Makita, I don't have it. So that there locks into the track and stops it falling out when we're doing a mitre cut, which I'll show you now. I'll grab my track out. And just a quick example, when this is locked in, I can pick that up without using my other hand because it's locked in, right? So as soon as I unclip that, it tilts out. So you can imagine, when I'm cutting on a 45, all that center of gravity is outside the line of the track, and that's when you can undercut and damage the track, or actually damage the material you're working on. So it's a really cool feature to click in and use. So really happy they've done that again. Would have been silly not to. But yeah, bringing it up, get that out of my way. But yeah, bringing it up, we've got a vacuum port on the back, which I was talking about. So really frustrating with the other one, it would spin freely and you'd be cutting something, move away, come back, and your vacuum would actually be tilted facing the bottom, and it would hit the table and would just actually stop the saw going right down to the track, so you'd have to move it and adjust it. So I'm always going to have this clipped facing up, keeping it nice and out of the way, and ready to use. One other thing that I do occasionally do from time to time is if I don't have a vacuum handy, I'll grab my drop saw bag, dust collection bag, and that just slides straight into the back there with a little connection piece, and you're good to go. That way all the dust shoots in there and you can fill it up. It's an awesome way to use it. So that's my thoughts on it. I'm going to do a few kind of weeks worth of use on this before I can give you a full in-depth overview. But yeah, I'll show you my van and where I keep my tracks now, and let me know in the comments what you think, whether you have either one of these and what you run. You might run a Festool, you might run a DeWalt one, and so on. So some of you may have seen my van setup in the previous video that I've posted, but looking at it, we've got a drawer set up, all sorts of kind of materials and glues and things in there, and tools both in the bottom two drawers, but we're ignoring that. This is my 2.6 meter Makita track that sits right up to the front window, front seats there, and slides in again. So that's really good for cutting full length sheets without having to move the track. And we're just going to put this 1.4 meter one back where it belongs. But this slides nicely under that drawer, out of the way, and easy access to grab whenever I want. So perfect there and there. If I need to and I don't have the track saw, I do have a straight edge that I can use with a normal skilly up the top, and that's the 2.7 as well, alongside all my digital level, 3 different level lengths, level staff and all sorts. So yeah, let me know how you store yours. Do you have it in the Makita bags, the protection bags? That's just the delivery packet that it came in, but it actually works out really good. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to do a 40 volt drop saw review soon, and I'll show you how many cuts you can get on one charge of a 4 amp battery, alongside just the weight and all sorts of things. So if you're interested in that, let me know, drop a like, and yeah, see you in the next one. Cheers.